Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Sunday, and I got Dixie on a daily time frame up for us. As you can see, last week when we closed to CME on the daily, we rejected right after 200. We were trying to claim that 100 EMA. We finally did it. We found resistance at that 103.50 level. This was perfectly normal. The fact that we closed on the 100 EMA is great. This week, when we open at 6 p.m. Central, what we need to see is, are we going to fill out this consolidation in this little triangle formation that I have drawn out over here, um, right here, as you can see? Or are we going to just use 100 EMA as support and just round the bottom and just come on up above that 103.50 and test into the next resistance, which you see is this dashed midline of the larger channel on a weekly that I have drawn out. And that would basically mean that we would claim above the 200 at that 103, 104 level, 104 level, and we would continue on into the next order block test of this previous high over here, this other triangle you have in the white at like 104.50-ish, this little white triangle. This was the original, this is where we dropped down from on March. This is where we found our bottom on May. We are basically just ping-ponging from the previous low. And what we need to do is a break of structure of the descent. Once we have a new high above this 107, 105, 106 level, we will be looking for the continuation up into that higher order block at that 109, 110, 110, 109 level. So that's what we have this planned out. We're looking for this inverse head and shoulder to build. We want to see if we can first make a bigger head and then a nice little shoulder at that 103.40. And that's why we have all this marked out in that sense. If we lose that 102 level next week and we have a daily close under 102, well, then I will be more concerned of us making a deeper, sharp fractal pattern all the way probably to 98 and so. So let's see what happens with the government debt ceiling talks. Keep in mind, Fed minutes will be released this week, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday as well, to give us another clue as to what Powell and everyone is planning on doing with their interest rate conclusion. If we're going to increase, if we're going to decrease, whatever they want to do, we should have a better idea moving forward. Right now, the talk is pausing rates. We'll see what that does. Yeah, so now let's go to daily. We looked at CME on our last video that I did on cell phone TA. So this time I'm going to go to perps alone. I am going to turn off the drawings because that's all for members. So when I do all these little schematics, that's because members and I have had a live session. I've discussed my thought process and I have drawn it out, and all we're doing now is following the price path. I'll give you an example here. So here's my Bitcoin daily chart. Obviously, this doesn't really say anything to you other than these little squiggly lines. But I have marked out our fibs. I have marked out the path of what I'm expecting this consolidation to do. I marked out where the best buy was. I marked out where the best short was. I marked out the channel's trend. I have your Fibonacci's for you to take profit or add into, etc., etc., etc. This is what members is about, okay? Not just what I do on the daily videos. The daily videos is for you guys to have a general rubric as to understanding what price action is doing. Professional traders who are paying for the monthly services are getting a much more detailed plan as to what the heck to do. And that's why they're more profitable, because we trade with the plan, not guess and panic and have a news article tell us what to do. That's not how we trade. So on this daily time frame, yes, you are squeezing under the 21 and the 55. If price action loses this white EMA at 27,000, 26,700, we will be looking at a further liquidity grab to the downside, probably to the 200 EMA around 25,000. I've said this multiple times. Now the EMA is getting a little bit higher, let's say 24.9. Okay, so a little bit under 25 just to take that liquidity, and you are coming into this little order block right here. If I need to mark it for members, I will, but I mean, I think we have a fib clearly marking that level. Well, the bottom of that level is being marked clearly by 23.5. The top is 25, and that's this little order block right here. So that's as much as I want to give away for now. If you're interested in joining members, please feel free to DM me on the Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services I use and recommend all of you guys to do. Yeah, so please do use those. They help the channel grow. Thank you so much. Now let's go to a quick 4-hour time frame. As I said, like this looks like it wants to squeeze down and test to 200. If you can break above a 4-hour and make a new high above 27,700, well then you can start testing into the higher resistances such as 28,600, and then you can look at 29,900, 30K even, basically. The liquidity on this level is probably going to get tapped eventually. I would be looking for the swing failure pattern of 31,100 for a potential new short to come back and take profit again at 28,000 if it's opportunistic for you. I would also like to take a short off of this level, but I would have a stop loss pretty close by because I'm not trying to gamble from 28,700 all the way to 31,000. I would stop myself out here and I would just wait for the next liquidity over there. I do think that having this short is worthwhile if we come into here and show weakness, because this was last week's high. And then until we lose this last week's low, I wouldn't even want to scoop along. I would like a test of this, and that's why I'm looking at 25,000 and 24.3, a little bit lower than where we're currently at this week. This week is just child's play kind of shit, so I'm not really concerned about it. This little flag that we're putting up is very weak as well, so it's not giving me the utmost confidence of upside. So just be aware of your levels moving forward. Bitcoin is doing this stagnant thing on opening of Dixie. If Dixie opens and pops up, then you should probably just see like water fall down. And that's going to happen in about 6 hours-ish. You're going to see that happen after the next 4-hour close. Like, price action will start maturing into that um, whatever it wants to sweep formation. And then when markets open, we'll get that continuation. And then after daily close is kind of what I'm waiting to see, because that daily close is going to cement the CME weekly perpetual candles, and then we can see what we want to do for the next week accordingly. Be very careful until daily close today. That's what I want to just warn everyone. Daily close is extremely important today, so be patient if you want to put on a larger position. And if you're already in a position, try to keep your losses minimal and cut them if you must, so that you're not trapped in that. Here is ETH on a daily, doing the same thing as Bitcoin, but worse, under the white EMA, consolidating under the 21 and 55. This is giving you a warning that it wants to get rejected and go lower. Like this tap over here at 1760 is not going to survive if we get a push down again today. More than likely, you're going to get a push all the way to the 1700 and then decide if you're going to hold that at support or not. And that makes sense to hold this level at support, get a little sideways accumulation, rounding bottom, and then break up again later in the week. It's very, very logical for it to do that because of this order block here. But you have to wait and see, okay? Another thing is I'll quickly put on my drawings for ETH the way I did for Bitcoin, so you understand that this is not just a one-hit wonder kind of situation. This is what we were tracking on ETH for a very, very long time. I was looking at this 200 as the fib, okay? But the real area is 1545 because of the fact that that is where the volume profile is telling you that if ETH fails to hold above this triangle and we do get this breach of this 200 EMA, more than likely it will be a dead cat bounce into 1760 and then a rollover into here. Find support, then we'll see if we're going to break out or not again. My real long will be over here at the golden pocket. I'm not trying to entertain too much shit over here. I would like a cheaper price for my long. And yeah, that's what I was going to get at. I'm going to let this go. You guys don't need to worry about all those scribbles and doodles. Just know that right now your support is at 1770. If 1770 is lost, you have 1700. If 1700 is lost, you're going to have to figure out some way of knowing where the next stop is according to your technical analysis methods. If I get a 4-hour open and close above 1860, I'm looking for us to test into 1890, 1880-ish. If we get that claim, that I'm looking for that 1925, 1930 claim. Once that claim, I'm looking for 2,000, and then after that, 2150. So level by level of level, and obviously you have lots of levels of resistance to the upside. and a much easier path to support on the 200 EMA downside because you're already rejecting off of every fucking high. It's all lower highs. So just be ready for what's coming. I'm just giving you a heads up that DXY looks like it wants to continue up, and that means you might get downside continuation on everything else. And you're under all the levels of support, and your levels of support have now flipped into resistance. So getting a dead cat bounced into these levels and then a quick sweep down for liquidity is very, very possible in a descending channel formation. If you can see it, you understand what I mean. Because right now you're ping-ponging in a descending channel, and the next tap is coming around 1660 on the downside. So that's what I have for you guys on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DXY moving forward. Now I have a new coin. I am going to be doing what I did with PEPE and Shiba. That was the other coin that I was trading. Shiba Inu and PEPE. I've been scalping their altcoin shenanigans, and now I'm gonna give you guys the next few coins I'm looking at. So I'm looking at PEPE. Second. So I'm looking at PEPE. I'm looking at Wall Street Bets. I'm looking at KEC. I'm looking at SIU, and I'm looking at the DOMs. So these are new coins that I'm peeking at, and if you guys are interested, feel free to join members. I'm going to be laying out plans for those coins, and obviously you can see here's Wall Street Bets. Already looking like you're putting up an ascending channel. So I don't want to give away my secrets, but if you're interested in members, we can discuss these together. I just want to see if I actually have some fun on this one. I'll just add that to my list. I don't want to hide. I would like to show these. Show me the drawing. Let's do a quick drawing. Cool. There's the first fib that I'm going to use to trade off of this. And as you can see on Wall Street, baby, you are on the golden pocket on a 4-hour time frame. If you plan on accumulating this and taking profit at these levels here, oh, look, and we already had it. Cool. We already had it all marked. And I should trust my first one. Second. But what I will do is I'm going to delete the second one. I didn't draw it in your face. And I'm going to use that for us later. So here you go. That's done for the day. I will see you guys in the live session on Discord if you guys are interested. Aside from that, if you guys can leave me a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get in the next one of the answers in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy. Pepe to the moon.